Hey beauty babes, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing this soft glam look with red brows. So if you're interested in seeing how to spice up your soft glam, keep on watching. So I started out by giving my client a cotton pad with witch hazel and micellar water on it. I always give it to my client because they're more likely to be aggressive and abrasive to the skin and get deep in them pores than I will. I don't want to hurt them, but y'all be scrubbing y'all face, so I let y'all do it. So then I went in with my Pond's moisturizer to help bring some hydration to the face. And you guys, I love Pond's. It's a very easy beginner product that doesn't cost too much and really does hydrate the skin. Now this has been a recent add to my kit, but I love it. It's the One Size Oil Sucker, and I really do believe it's like a professional grade milk of magnesia. You put it on the face and it really does tighten the skin. You can feel it. I always ask my clients and they're like, "Ooh girl, all my oils are gone." It does turn white when it's ready, and it does stay on the bottle to leave it on for 3 minutes to dry. So now you guys are going to see me go in for foundation. I did use two foundations for this specific look. The first one is the NARS in the shade, I can't pronounce it, but I am going to put it in the description below. It's the light reflecting foundation because I wanted it to have a skin-like finish still. You'll see the second foundation that I use is a lot thicker and heavier. It's the Too Faced one. So I wanted to give her color, but not too much on the face. If you're looking for a foundation that is full coverage and you want to start tapping into more expensive products, I would definitely recommend the NARS Soft Matte. But this foundation I had in my kit, which was the Too Faced in the shade Tiramisu. So you can kind of see I wanted to warm her face up, but I also needed to get more of a fuller coverage. So I mixed these two foundations, but I placed them on the face in the area that I wanted it to go. Also, if you're a beginner and looking to figure out how to apply your foundation, I always recommend starting out with just 10 taps in the same area before you move. It will get you used to building up your foundation. Sometimes you don't need to use as much product. It's just about how you apply it that makes it do what it needs to do. And of course, for concealer, I'm going in with my Too Faced concealers. I'm using 3 shades. I mixed the 2 darker ones to place on her face. And you guys, it's always going to be better for you to place your darker concealer first on the face and then go in with a brightening concealer, that bright one. I love this soft under eye. I love how bright it looks. But when we're thinking about deeper skin tones, a lot of us might have, discoloration or bags under our eyes. And it makes it harder for you to conceal. You'll be able to see more through it if you go in with a bright concealer first. So you can see the difference here. Give it a little bit of time to dry down, then blend it out. It'll give you a very full coverage, and then you can go in with your bright concealer. So now I'm going in with my concealer. I'm gonna let my bright concealer sit and go back in with my foundation brush to blend the first layer of concealer as well as the foundation together. I don't want it to seem like they're not blended well, so I use no extra product but the brush, and I want to fill that space back in. Still letting that concealer dry, I'm going in with the Ruby Kisses foundations to contour the nose. If you're a beginner and you're learning to contour noses, I would recommend the Ruby Kisses just because it doesn't go on really heavy. Like, the shades aren't super dark. But if you're new to this and not, or you're true to this and not new to this, definitely recommend the Black Opal sticks. They're a little bit more oily and have a little more slip to it, but the color is way more pigmented. Now I'm going back under the eye with a dense brush to blend out that concealer. And I'm going in with my Huda Beauty Blondie setting powder. Ooh, that's a tongue twister. Having my client turn towards me, I have her look up to the ceiling. And I'm putting the first layer of setting powder very, very light. This is just to set it. And then we're going to go back in and kind of give us some opportunity to bake. You can see here that even though I already put a little bit of setting powder down, it really does make a difference to let that first layer sit before I go in and apply a thicker layer. It gave the same color as her skin. It just looked like I was, you know, brighten it up a little bit. And now I'm actually going to set and give me a chance to really let that sit in. Being that we use the light reflecting foundation and it does get a little slip, I wanted to set the rest of her forehead, some of her upper lip, and the chin. Of course, you're going to set everywhere that has concealer, but don't forget to set your foundation too. I went back over the nose. There's nothing on my brush. I just wanted to swipe off that setting powder so it only highlighted the bridge of her nose and nothing extra. Now, y'all know me and Juvia's Place go together real bad. We're locked in. So I ended up using my Warrior 2 palette as well as my Zulu palette to do her contour and her bronzer. I started out with the darker shade of brown mixed with the lighter shade, the top two on the left. And that was what I placed all around her face. And then you're going to see me go back in on her cheeks to bronze that up with the warm brown and the Zulu palette. Same thing for the nose. I used that lighter brown shadow and swiped it just around the sides of her nose so I could get her a good contour. I decided to go for a pink blush to complement her brows and the rest of her face, and ended up using the pink from the Zulu palette. And I think I went in with a little bit of orange too, if I'm not mistaken. So I did fill in brows. It's the same client in my last tutorial, so you can see my tutorial on that. But I used a red lip liner to fill in her brows. The main thing that you want to do is pick a shade of red that matches the client's hair. So if they have bright red hair, then you don't want to go too dark. Same thing. So this was a perfect shade, and it was from a lip pencil set from Amazon. For our eyeshadow, I kept it super simple. I went in with the brown from the Zulu palette, and then I went into the Warrior 2 palette with that deep brown, which is the middle brown shade, and it was perfect to smoke out her eye and match her shadow back to her hair. You can see I'm focusing on the lid, and that is to give a gradient effect. So the lower her lid is, the deeper and darker it'll get. And then if you go out, of course, it'll be more spacey and bright. I also went into the Warrior 2 palette into that cranberry, like that deepish red shade. And I started filling in her brows with some brow powder. My pencil was a little bit light when it came to her arch, so I wanted to give it something to attach to so you would see it from all angles. And that cranberry shade was perfect. When it comes to brows, guys, you have to take your time, take a step back, look in the mirror, and see what works best for the client's face. Not all brows are the same. Not all bone structures are the same. I have plenty of clients that one brow is on top of the other one. It goes higher. So you want to just be able to look at your client and say, okay, what looks best for her? So you can see I started adding on more of a shape once I was doing her brow powder, and it definitely gave her a whole different look. This is more clean, it's more gradient than the one that we just drew on. Like, come on, Miss Girl. I know you see the difference. I know you do. And then this is the second brow getting filled in and completed. So once I did my brows, I had a little more space to fill in. So I went back into my Zulu palette and just warmed that brown up for another chance. And then I went on the lid and filled in with the deepest brown in the Warrior 2, just to give her more of a smoky effect. Now going back to the rest of the face, I did go in with the Born This Way Chai powder. This was to complement the shade that I used under her eye, which was Chai. And to set her under eye brow arch, I did use some setting powder. I went in with a even lighter blush, which is that warm pink from the Warrior 2. Those coral shades gave me a lot more color and just made her look alive. I love it when our chocolate girls come and they're like, I want blush. Give me color, give me everything you need, honey, because I'm going to do my thing. I went in on her borderline and I did touch her tight line a little bit. And then I smoked out the bottom of her eye. You want to bring back just some color and make her look alive. I ended up using these lashes from the Beauty Supply. They're the name May. They come in like a purple pack. I can't remember the name, but if I find it, I will. And then this is my Black Girl Brown lip combo. I keep it real simple, real cute. While I'm doing my lip combo, I do line her lid with my lash glue, so that way I'm saving time. So the next few clips, you'll see me go back and forth between the lips and the eyes. I did use a shade 4 shades darker on her lip to line, and then I went in with a pale pink. While my pale pink was drying, my lash glue had dried, so I did place my lashes on. And it made such a big difference, but I did want to cover up that lash glue line, so I went in with an even darker, even smokier brown to put on the lash strip. Going right back into my lips, I used 3 NYX glosses. Of course, all products are in the description. I believe the outer one was Fudge Brownie. I put that brown over most of my clients' lips just to bring back that liner shade. And then I went in with the Lava Cake, if I'm not mistaken, the NYX Lava Cake gloss. That's like a cute little reddish mauve color, and it just brings back life. And then of course, you know, the OG fortune cookie right in the center. Don't you just love it when your clients know how to pop their lips? Like, yes girl, do your thing. I always make sure I go back in and try and blend out some of the excess gloss that's up there so they don't get cake mouth. But this lip combo just ate down so bad on her. To set her face, I did go in with my Mario Badescu spray, and that was to bring just her makeup back to like life and reduce the powderiness. But then I did go on top of it with my One Size because I needed her to last all night, okay? And that is the look, honey. Her face came out so cute, so demure, so very mindful. I love this look, and she was such a great face and muse to work on today. You guys, I do have a few other tutorials already ready, and I am in my teaching bag, so if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. But this is the look, and make sure you catch me for next week's video.